position has, saying this, beginning, middle, and end. Before I get the S mount, I don't just magically appear there, okay? I have to pass Philip's guard, okay? So his feet are up, okay? I'm here, well, I move to the side, you kind of resort to here, I move up to that side here, and get to this side. And now, I need to encourage him, okay, to turn to his side. A couple ways to do it. It depends kind of on what he's really committed to. S mount for me is either going to be with him turning into me or turning away, okay? So how do I encourage his body to turn? Is I turn his head, because whichever way the head goes, the body should follow. If I want to get him to turn into me, I get a nice boss grip right here. Boss is thumb in so that your thumb is pointed out. I can't even get my wrist here to do a palm up grip, to do like an extra would be what you would use this for. So right here, I got a crossface. I'm still applying pressure here because he's going to be framing. So I'm here. If you notice, my side control is controlling his hip, and I can control his head. My hands are off the mat, and I'm arched. It frees my hands. Because when you're here, how are you going to use your hands when your head's down? It's not as much pressure, and my hands are committed, especially when you're doing this whole thing with the crossface. Anything you need to use your hands for, you gotta let go. So why fight to get this position here? Maybe no gi and then kind of work the mount and all that kind of stuff. So when he's framing here, I can roll my hip into this frame right here. So he's committed here. I'm gonna reach behind here, okay? I'm gonna loop my arm around, and I'm gonna move this across his jawline to turn his head. He theoretically should do this because he's gotta save his arm. His arm wouldn't do any good over here. Put your arm on your side. Yes, because if he does that, I can kind of trap it here and I can start cranking his arm, head and rolling flat, and it will basically neck crank him. So the reaction for this action is this, okay? From here, what I'm gonna do, I need to step over and literally mount. I have to bring my left knee to my right, so I step over here and stay low so that when my right knee drops behind his head, I can get into an S mount. And my left hand is still under his top arm, because that's really what I want. There's a series of arm bars, chokes, and all that. From here, I keep my head low, bring this out, pull my head down, and I'm gonna reach and grab real deep here. Okay? I'm gonna start pulling right. He'll defend his hand. Yes. As I begin to move his head and turn it towards the mat. It makes it difficult for him to raise the head so that I can sit on him here and hook his head. As I begin to catch that forearm and I lock my feet here, because I want to bring his elbows together and I'm creating tension. He's got to make an assessment of how, let's see, switch his hands, but it's fine, of how effectively and how committed he is to saving that arm. Because I'm constantly creating tension here. So I cut the back of his elbow here, and I'm gonna bring his elbows together, and I'm gonna take that frame off of the 90 degree right here. From here, I can do two things. I can use this hand, catch that, lean back, and straight arm. The thing that's important here is my leg. My legs have to control his upper body, and preferably the leg over the head has to control his head. If I'm like this, he can rotate his head, and he can have a lot more movement. When I'm here, okay, I'm spurring, my arms through here, I'm leaning it back, I'm not even using the razor, and I'm cupping that tricep. Save your arms a different way. Okay, this is even easier, because here, I can move this together. Save the arms in. This is great, because I can go here, and I can just push here, and lean back. But this is key. If this is loose, he'll get out, okay? But let's go back to how to get the S mount here. So I'll pass this guard like usual, and I'm here, okay? Roll my hip right into that frame. Whether I went here for the boss grip and looped it over, I like to loop it over because if I go here, Oftentimes I'll have to regrip. And then he can do all that stuff right here. When I'm here, I'm committed here. I'm gonna loop it over here and I pull him in here. I don't wanna go across his neck. I wanna go across his jaw. And I'm just gonna bring all the way back and I'm gonna pull him. Yes. And I wanna keep this elbow from retracting here. And I'm applying pressure. Because maybe I'll switch to something else. I don't know. From here, my left knee has to go to my right knee. So that I can take a step here, and as my right knee drops, my left foot and left knee come up. From here, open the collar, grab my monkey real high, and immediately start pulling, because he's got to defend his arms right here. Okay? From here, I turn his head. Just look at the switch I did here. I went here, I went here, here. Okay? From here, I lean back, and I'm gonna sit on him. I want all my weight to be on him. Don't sit back and do this, because his head's gonna come up. Okay? All right? So, we're in the S now. You gotta control the head. This way, over. Here. This was the boss group here. I fed it here, switch hands here, and I'm moving his jaw. He's got to save his arm. If he doesn't save his arm, yeah. From here, all my weight is leaning on him, and I hook, and I can let go here. I'm gonna grab the far elbow, cup the far elbow, but I'm already using this to slow down my descent, and I'm here, and I lock. Yeah. So let's do the S-mount and focus on that. Just get to the S-mount, you'll work the hands later. He's on the side. Here I'm framing, lit up, here. Left knee to right, step over right about here. Right knee drops, and you're here. Whether I go here, or it doesn't matter, just get to that spot. Because from here, there's a bunch of chokes and all kinds of stuff, okay? Let's do it, 1, 2, 3. Partner up with somebody similar sizes. Similar heights.